Alright guys, so Fula coming to you with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. Shout outs to the LDBC website. Shout outs to the LDBC app, which you can download on iPhone or Android. Now I was pondering long and hard over the weekend about the Yordenis Ugas Showtime Sean Porter fight. And you know, I watched the fight again, and I'm just thinking to myself, okay, where does Yordenis Ugas go from here? Is Yordenis Ugas elite welterweight? Is Yordenis Ugas in a bad predicament? And the answer to all of those questions is yes, he is. As I said before in the previous video, in my fight prediction, is that Yordenis Ugas is a different breed of Cuban fighter. He's not like just an out-boxer. He's a mid-range, in-and-out pressure fighter. Like, he'll get in there, he'll get off on you, but he'll take the right step away so that you'll miss badly. And we saw that in the Sean Porter fight, you know. I think the issue was, although I have the fight still 7-5 to Ugas after watching the fight over, I still have it, but I had it before, 7-5. I think the issue is he didn't do enough of the in and out work, you know. I think that's what really got him to where he was at, where it was, where the decision went to Sean Porter. I've been hearing people say he got outboxed by Sean Porter, but he didn't get outboxed by Sean Porter. Absolutely not. I can't say that, because after watching the fight, when I see Sean Porter throwing, there's something coming right back at him, you know. And then I also saw Ugas, like, there was one part of the fight where he, like, he used lateral movement and caught Sean Porter with an overhand right. And it's like, okay, how Sean Porter couldn't, like, answer back with anything of his own. So I don't say that he got outboxed by Sean Porter at all. Not at all. But now the real question remains, where does he go from here? And with that said, I think it's going to take a while, because of the politics of boxing and stuff like that, that he gets another title shot, you know. The thing is that Sean Porter is not going to rematch him. He has no desire of rematching him. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, Sean Porter has really no desire of fighting Errol Spence, nor Keith Thurman, although he's talking about fighting Keith Thurman or Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao. Like, my intuition tells me that he doesn't want to fight Keith Thurman nor Errol Spence again. Like, that's just how I feel. Or Errol Spence the first time. You know, this is just how I feel about the situation. Because, I mean, based off of his opponent, like his performance, you know, tonight, or I mean on, I want to say on the weekend, I think that, you know, the other dudes at welterweight are going to look at it and be like, okay, well, he's kind of easy pickings, you know. But now it's like, where does Yordenis Ugas go from here? And, you know, the way I feel about it is Yordenis Ugas, at 32 years old, I will say he is a young 32, you know. He's like a 32 where, you know, where he hasn't been in too many wars, or he hasn't really been battle damaged. So I would say that he has a couple of more years where he can possibly compete with the big guys. Because, I mean, when you think about it, you can be, let's say you can be 25 or something, 25, 26, right? And then you can be in one fight, right? And that fight can change your life, and that fight can potentially make you old overnight. Either by a stoppage that, you know, is a bad stoppage, meaning that you get pummeled before they stop it, or you get knocked out, you know, and that can change your whole psyche, you know. And it takes a special guy to really come back from that kind of thing, no matter what age you are. So with that being said, I give Ugas a couple of more fights, maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 6, 7 fights where he will probably be able to compete with those guys, you know. That's how I feel about it. So yeah, but now, seeing that he's in this situation, seeing that, like, he's where he is right now, I think that he should try to get that Garcia Granados winner or loser. I think that's what he has to do, because at this point he has to stay active, you know. Like, he does deserve like a break and stuff like that, but he has to make sure he stays active, stays consistent. And I'm gonna be quite frank with you. I knew about Yordenis Ugas. I knew about his amateur pedigree. I knew about his you know, his accolades in the amateurs and stuff like that. You know, in the pros, I didn't really write him off. You know, I just thought he was like kind of like that one sometimes why guy, the guy who was just kind of like floating in the, I want to say floating in the, wading in water, basically, not really like swimming, but not really sinking either. You know, I always felt he was that way. His boxing style is like, it's something that I had to like kind of like get used to. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, some of the things he did, you know, or he does, I should say, I added them to my own arsenal, you know what I mean? Because, like, I mean, he does some things in there that are subtle that you can use. And I'm like, okay, well, that's good. One thing, too, I want to say is that I think that if he doesn't get the Garcia or Granados winner, I think that maybe, like, you know, he should try to, you know, get a Broner fight. I mean, the thing is with Adrian Broner, like, I think Adrian Broner will fight anybody, you know. So I think that would be a good fight for him, is Adrian Broner. I mean, I think, you know, it wouldn't make sense for him to rematch Thomas Delorme, you know. I think he should fight someone like, I want to say he can fight, Francisco Vargas. I think that was the last guy who fought Thomas Delorme. You can fight that dude too. And so, yeah, I think that will be some options for him. But from here on out, though, I will say this about him, that if he's in the title fight, although I had him winning 7-5, as I said, he has to like try to go after the stoppage or the KO. He has to try to do it. I will not say it is a robbery, but I will say that Shawn Porter didn't win the fight. That's what I'll say. You know, I'll say Shawn Porter didn't do convincingly anything to win the fight, you know. In my personal opinion, he was kind of neutralized. You know, he tried to box on the outside, but even when he was boxing on the outside, it's like a lot of shots were missing. You know, there was certain parts of the fight where there was flurries thrown, and all Ugas had to do was step back. And it was like making Shawn Porter miss, you know. And then when Shawn Porter tried to box, he got caught, you know. Now, granted, Shawn Porter did get some shots off, but a lot of the shots weren't crisp, and you can tell that by the head, by the face of both fighters after the fight, you know. But, you know, with these things being said, with these particulars coming into play, I give my hats off to Yordenis Ugas. I give my hats off to, you know, the style he brought. And I just give my hats off to him not folding under pressure, really, you know. And hopefully we can see some more of him. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. The one thing I will say that he's different from a lot of Cuban fighters, this is what's different about him, really, is he fights from an orthodox stance. He doesn't fight from a southpaw stance, you know. That was surprising to me. That's surprising to me, him being like a Cuban fighter, because most Cuban fighters, when it came to Rigondeaux, when it come to Erislandy Lara, when it come to U.S. or Luis Ortiz, they fight in a southpaw stance. But he fights in orthodox, you know, but that's neither here nor there. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Let me know what you think Ugas should do next. And also let me think if you think whole time, aka no smoke time, Shawn Porter about that life against Spence or any other elite welterweights. Fuller signing out. Enjoy,